Uh-oh. I'm gonna adjust this thing. Hello, Marge. Hello, Wendy. How are y'all? Maybe that'll work better. Hey, Jen. How is everyone doing? They don't want to. Come here. Oh. Hey, Cheryl. Yes, please keep that crazy cat out of here. You're hot from ironing. I'm good. I'll get a little bit overheated today, but I'm all right. Processed some chickens. My brother-in-law called last night, and he asked me if I would come help him. He got some those Cornish crosses, and the heat here has been so bad that they got so big that they're just laying over and dying. So he asked me if I'd come help him butcher chickens before they all laid down and died on him. No, I didn't get any rain today. So he and I were dispatching some chickens this morning, and me and him both got a little overheated. And we got the biggest ones dispatched. So we will go probably one day this week or next week and dispatch some more. So, hello, Dee. Oh, you got a shower leaving work. I didn't get one, Jen. Not unless it rained after I laid down. Like I said, I got hot. So I came home and I laid down, and it just sucked right everything out of me. Oh, it rained there twice today. Well, as far as I know, it didn't rain here at all. So I know it didn't rain this morning. And it didn't rain well, me and Kate Bug got home about 2 from processing chickens. So it hadn't rained then. Ooh, 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's easy to get overheated, Cheryl. Now, Cheryl, where did you say you live, babe? I can't remember. Hey, Rob. Oh, Marge. Honey, you've got perfect weather. Hey, Red. No, Marge is rubbing it in our face. She has perfect weather right now. But I tell you what, when it comes wintertime, I don't want nothing to do with Marge's weather. Y'all people get too much snow for me. I don't know where Bella's at. Maybe she may be finishing Dee's chapter 18. Oh, there's my Bella. Oh. So, what all did y'all do today? And Bella, I don't remember if I asked you, baby. Is yours neuropathy? Oh, you live in the valley. Now, where you live, is it? Do you have a lot of grass or is it sand? Oh, MS. Ow. Oh, well, that's awesome, Marge, because I have a friend that lives in Oregon, but she lives in like a desert-like thing, but she gets a crap load of snow. Lots of trees. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Tammy, how you doing, darling? Yeah. Now, Bella, is there anything they can do for that? The world's ugliest thing called snow. You get lots of rain. All right, what's going on, Tammy? Hey, Monica. I like to see snow, but I don't want it on the ground very long. I don't mind seeing it for 24 hours, 48 hours, even 72 hours, but once after 72 hours is here, I'm so over it. All right, Miss Tammy, what's going on? But I'm going to be honest. I would I would a lot rather deal with snow than have to deal with ice. Well, I guess that's good, Tammy. As long as it's something you want. Oh, that's the way we get, Bella. That's why I said I would rather deal with snow is deal with ice, because when ice comes along, it usually knocks us without power and water for a month. So the last ice storm we had, it took down I want to say like 30 counties power lines. And you know where we live, we live out in the middle of nowhere. So we're the last ones to get help. So we were out for, I want to say it was right at a month before we got any power back. But we were okay because we heat with wood. I didn't have to deal with a blamed TV. A lot of my friends was getting divorced because they were stuck with their husbands and their husbands were stuck with their wives, and me and Rick got along great. All right, Rob, you take care. So. Think of snow. She thinks of snow, and she might. Hey, Amber. She may think she's freezing to death. Oh, I can't stand the heat, girl, honey. I can put on enough clothes to get warm, but it's just obscene for me to take off enough to get cool. I scare myself. So, oh, my lands, Marge, that would be rough, girl. Well, I can handle cold. I can handle cold. I don't want it freezing. I can't handle heat since I've had the heat stroke. It will do me in about every time for a couple of days. And I got a little overheated today, so I'll probably be stuck for a couple of days. Yeah, I mean, ain't nobody wants to see that. I don't even want to look in the mirror and see that. You know what I'm saying? If I was to have to try to get cool, people would have to punch their eyeballs out because that's a sight they'd never get out of their head. Oh, I can't handle the heat. Well, y'all, look at this. This stuff is standing straight up. Look at that. I look like one of little Eskimo babies. You know how they're when their hair gets a certain point, it just goes like that? That's where my hair is at right now. When it's hot, you wear a muumuu. Who, me? It's camo. It's short sleeve. It's a t-shirt. It's lightweight. I understand light colors are cooler, okay? But considering my clothing, this is light colored because most of the time I wear black. But I did get me a few little clothes today. Y'all want to see them? Bella's probably going to tell me they're the wrong color. Alright, I'll be right back. I ain't going to show you my panties I bought. Ain't none of your business. But I don't wear granny panties and I don't wear those. I don't wear floss. Fat cat. First thing out of Miss Bella's mouth is they're going to be the wrong color. This is my shirt. I like the V-necks. I can't stand these necks. It's a size 16. Cause I got to get to fit my boobies. I heard Biddy. No, I ain't showing my drawers. I wear the bikini briefs because I ain't wearing no butt floss. I don't see how people keep that stuff clean. I'd be going around all day digging in my crack. I got me some capris. Ain't they cute? They're Hawaiian flowers. They were $3.97. Look, Bella. It's something other than black. Oh my goodness. And then, yeah, it's red. Look at these. They have little anchors on them. They're navy blue with red and white anchors. And then more capris. That's all I got. They didn't have no tie-dye on. They had some black of these with little skulls and crossbones, but I'm not into skulls and crossbones. I ain't no pride. I got them at Walmart. The shirts were $4 and I want to say the shirts were $4.44. And the pants were $3.97. So, might as well say less than $10 I got an outfit. Nope, it wasn't a zoo. I went there before all the crazies got there. There was only like 5 cars in the parking lot when I went. That's what happens when you go about 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, hold on. I'm scrolling. Oh no, I don't show my draws. My draws are my draws. But I did buy the 9-pack. And I think they're I can't remember if they're Fruit of the Loom or Hanes. So woohoo! But this granny don't do granny panties. Oh, what do we mean soon, Bella? How soon are we talking? Give me the scoop, girlie. Give me the scoop. Where's it at, Bella? You're coming home in January? Oh, crap. All the way in North Carolina. Well, you know, I have friends in North Carolina, so I can see you there. We had maybe 5 vehicles in the parking lot, and I'm thinking most of them were the employees. I'll be coming to see Miss Bella, and then dragging her home with me to come visit me for a little bit. I love my Bella. I've never been to Pennsylvania, Joe. Well, you let me know and I'll make a special trip. I'll save up money. See, this is Bella's housewarming money. So we're going to a housewarming party and I'm going to come see my girl Bella. And I want to see Joe. Do you live in the city, Grandma Joe? I can't handle the city. Oh, you live in the country? Cool. I'll bring a tent, Bella. Is it, Bella, is the house you're looking at going to be in the city or is it in the country? Collies are so pretty. Yes, I'll bring my tent. Worst comes to worst, I've got a travel trailer I can haul behind my pick-em-up truck. I can't live in the city. You'll bring your body? Well, I've got a camping trailer. I want one of those little bitty camping trailers that I can pull behind a car. That way, if I want to go on a trip or something, I don't have to have a motel room. I can just take my little camper. I can't handle living in town. I'm too much of a country girl. Night, Frank. Love you, brother. Now, is that anywhere near, like, is it Raleigh? Or Salem? No, the other way. Okay. Oh, it's kind of near Salem? Okay. I've always wanted to see Hershey, Pennsylvania. Well, I wanted to see it when I was a kid because it was a candy bar. But now I wouldn't mind seeing it. I just would have trouble trying to stay in a town. I can't handle traffic. Oh, Red's 30 minutes from Greensboro. Holy moly. Lots of Amish. I've always wanted to go to an Amish place. So now I gotta go see Bella. It's just so I can go see Amish peoples. Night, Jen. You take care, girl. See, I can't handle traffic. I can't live in a big city. I can't handle a lot of people. That's pretty much me, Amber. Wes S. told me I lived in the middle of nowhere. And I wouldn't have it any other way. It's 10:10 here. Doc told you to lay off, lose some weight. I don't know, Josh. Amish people are hard to find here. I found one Amish store. Where did I find it? Over by Toka. And it's not run by Amish. I've heard that we have Amish places here. I don't know where they would be. Keeping It Dutch lives over by Pryor. And he says there's Amish over there, but I wouldn't know where to go. Yeah, I've heard that pretty much the whole state's Amish. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Josh. I don't even know where Weatherford is. I've heard of it. And it's Corn Colony. They say there's some over in Ada. I've been to Ada. I ain't found none. I was told there was an Amish store in Ada. I'm going to be honest, I went all over that town. I did not find an Amish store. I found one on my way to between Atoka and Durant. And it didn't hardly have anything in it. So I was just like, well, crud. But I would like to go someplace and find some Amish furniture. I know I'm going to pay more for it, but you cannot beat their quality. But that's what I'm looking for, is a place that has Amish furniture. Yes, I know I'm going to pay more for it. But that's okay, because the way I look at it, I can hand it down for years and years and years. Yeah, keeping it Dutch is sweet. I love to aggravate him. Oh, they sell it on the roadsides there. Well, Josh, are you Amish? Well, I think what Josh is saying is he's wanting more like a Proverbs 31 woman. Not necessarily Amish, but religious and yeah, one that actually knows how to treat a man, that doesn't think he owes her everything. And they're not materialistic women. They're just not. He's wanting someone that I believe that is very family oriented, godly, and not materialistic. Come on, crazy. He's just wanting more of a plain and simple. Did I get it right, Josh? Yes. Well, not necessarily, Bella. He's wanting them to live more like the biblical. I don't want to have to deal with you, fat cat. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm probably gonna make a lot of y'all mad right now. But it needs to go back to the old times. I'm sorry, it does. My husband is old-fashioned. My husband believes a woman should be at home taking care of a family, and the man should be providing for his family. Okay? That's how that's how my husband looks at things. And yes, I'm very independent on certain things, but I'm also very dependent on him. Okay? And I'm gonna upset people so bad when I say this. And I'm not meaning to. But where crap started going downhill for women, oh, I'm digging a hole. I'm going to piss so many people off. Where it started going downhill for women and the Bible was when they gave women the right to vote. Sorry, girls. Because after that became this big feminist movement. Yeah, all right. A woman does the same work as a man. Yes, she should get paid the same as a man. Okay? But when they started taking women out of the home to work, that's when women started disregarding family. That's when women didn't want to take care of their kids. That's when we started getting more and more prisoners because people didn't want to take care of their kids. So, but the thing of it is, Bella, they didn't have to be men no more. Because women took over in some things. And I'm going to upset a lot of people when I say this. I do not believe oh, I'm digging myself a hole. I don't believe in women preachers. I believe in women teachers. They can teach. But I do not think a woman ought to be able to preach to a man. They can teach their children. And they can teach women classes. That's fine. I don't believe there should ever be a woman president because we go on emotions instead of logic. But when they started giving women the power, that's when the men stopped being men. That's why our world is gone to that's when our world started going to hell. I'm sorry. Yes, women have rights. Women don't need to be beat. Women don't need, well, I'm going to put this out there. I've seen a couple of women I'd like to beat. But, with that being said, women need to learn to have respect for men. Men need to learn to have respect for women. Yes, some things that was changed was for the better. But some things just kind of I don't know how to put it. I don't have the words for it. Yes, the women do play an important role. Don't get me wrong. But in the Bible, women did not preach. Women taught. They taught their children. They taught other women. They did not teach men. Women are important. They are. I'm not saying that. Please don't take it wrong. I'm not saying that. But when well, in a way that's true, Bella, in a way. But when the feminist movement came in, that's when women quit respecting men. Because they thought they were better than men. I'm not saying all did. But a lot did. And I'm going to tell you, this is how it ought to be. A woman has a man, they should treat him like a king. That man should turn around and treat that woman like a queen. That's a mutual thing there. It's not a one-way street. It is a common ground. When those two meet, that's when it forms a home. Okay? That's the thing. I'm sorry. I see these so-called men on TV. And y'all, I'm going to use some language here that ain't real nice, but it pisses me off. I don't want a man sporting a man bun. I don't want a prissy man. I want a man that's going to be able to stand up to me and tell me no. When I'm more manlier than a man, there's a problem. But I think a lot of this has to do with the here we go again. A lot of it has to do with deadbeat dads and mothers raising children by themselves. Yes, exactly, Bella. Exactly. And they want to talk about this metrosexual stuff. You're a womanly man. I'm sorry. I don't want a man that is more of a woman than me. Yes, ma'am, there is a lot of deadbeat moms. Yes, ma'am, there is. And that's what I'm saying. That's where the feminist movement ruined a lot of stuff. Because women didn't want to be well, I don't care if a man pulls his hair back in a ponytail. That don't bother me because I understand getting the heat off their neck. Men with long hair does not bother me. For all I know, Jesus had long hair. Samson had long hair. Okay? I don't mind men having long hair. Matter of fact, when me and Rick got together, Rick's hair was down to the middle of his back. I told him he wasn't cutting it till it was long enough for me to make a wig out of, because he had the most beautiful hair you ever seen. But he didn't wear a man bun. I don't mind ponytails. I don't mind that. I don't understand men piercing their ears. I don't. But the earring can be taken out. I don't know. You might be able to. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I was practicing in beauty school, I manicured and pedicured Rick because I was practicing. I didn't paint his nails, except for when I went to state board. I took Rick with me to state board because he had the perfect hair. He'd kill me if he knew. But he let me put curlers in his hair, and I had to paint his nails. But as soon as it was over, as soon as that was over, that crap was off. We went straight back to the motel room, and he washed that crap out of his hair. So yeah, but my model was my husband. Hey, Bonnie. But I'm going to tell you what. Him doing that, being my model for me, showed me how much he loved me. Because, that had to be humiliating for that man. But I want a man that acts like a man. But, I want a man that acts like a man. I want one that's going to be able to stand up to me and tell me no if I need it. I want one that's going to be able to stand up to me and say, babe, you're wrong. But do it in a respectful manner and not in front of people. See, I don't have a problem with them having an earring. Earrings can be removed. Oh, that does me too, Amber. Well, see, Bonica, again, this is going to go back to when all that began. It wouldn't have took two. It would not have took two if the feminist movement had never happened. I'm sorry. I'm going to have people hating me, and I don't mean to. Hey, Dad Perfect. But, it just... Yeah, to a certain point, Bella, they were. But that's when, as again, you know the old saying, you give them an inch, they take a mile. You know what I mean? They warped, stuff started getting warped out of proportions. And it's just when it's crazy. Oh, I don't mind that they go to college. Yes, 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 Josh. Yes. There you go, buddy. You hit that right on the head. But I think a lot of the younger generations, I don't, I don't know how to put this. I have a lot, how do I explain it? I have a feeling that a lot of these, what they so call vaccines, I think the vaccines have a lot to do with it too. I may be wrong. We're talking about women should be women, men should be men, and where things went wrong. But I think it has to do with a lot of the vaccines they're putting in our children. Um, young men aren't taught to be young men. Young women are not taught to be young women. Just a lot of values have been lost. A lot of values have been lost. Exactly, turning away from God. But you're right, Bella. Back in the 60s and 70s is when a lot of stuff screwed up. Okay? I'm going to go with you on that one, darling. Will you? I don't really want you right up here. I don't want you up here. Well, the thing of it is, we've let our government dictate on how we can raise our children. We've gave them permission to tell us we cannot discipline our children. There is a difference between a good old-fashioned spanking and a beating. Will you please go away? But there is a difference between a spanking and a beating. Not Red. Yes, yes, like Boy George. Will you please go away? Let me write that down. I think I locked a dog in my bedroom. I hear whining. Oh, honey, my mama used whatever was in reach of her. It didn't matter if it was an extension cord, a wooden piece of board, or limb, rubber hose. Whatever was in that woman's reach is what she used on my behind. But, you know, there's... It bothers me that boys are not taught to be men. Girls are not taught to be women. We've always told our girls and our boys, you know, boys need to have respect for women. Girls should have respect for the men. And to find good ones. That has to do... Very good, Miss Bella. That right there has to do with all the steroids that they're shooting into our meat. That's why I try to raise my own meat. My meat don't get antibiotics unless a wound or something happens, and I will give them penicillin. Okay? I ain't gonna lie, I do use stuff when I have to. But so many of the feeds nowadays, like growing out beef, they feed them these steroid-riddled feeds. Oh, honey, exactly, Bonnie. Exactly. But the reason a lot of the parents are scared of their children, for one, they didn't want a parent when the child needed to be a parent. They'd let the kid do whatever it wanted to do. Kids didn't get disciplined because the parents didn't want to have to deal with it. They just, whatever, go on, just go ahead. I don't care. Just go ahead, because you're not in my hair, okay? Instead of making the kids do something, they'd hand them a little game. Here, go play this. Well, I'm sorry. If a child can push a button on a phone, they can push a button on a dishwasher. They can push a button on a washing machine. They can help. But parents just, especially the younger parents nowadays, they don't want to have to deal with their kids. Y'all go do whatever. And then these little kids turn out to be, love you, Bella. Then these little kids grow up to be holy freaking terrors. And they don't understand what went wrong. You didn't raise your child. My Lena Mees, my little granddaughter will tell you, if I mess up, Nana will bust my bobo. I'll ask her, do you want Nana to bust your bobo? No. Then what do you need to do? I need to pick up my mess and do what you told me to do. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. But most of the times, the parents will just scream, yell, and carry on and threaten, and then not carry through with anything. And these kids throwing a fit. Oh my goodness. Hey, Sonia, I didn't see you come in. These kids throw a fit. That's true. But I'm going to tell you what, Joe, what I think has a lot to do with these brain problems people are having. I may be wrong. I think it's a combination of things. think it's a combination of the vaccines. I think it's a combination of steroids, all sorts of antibiotics and stuff being pumped into the food, and we're eating it. I think that's where the cancers came from. That's right, Josh. Oh, no. Yes, 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 yes. Some parents were crazy, Joe. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. We adopted 5 children. But there wasn't, if you think about it, there wasn't as near as much mental health back when people raised their own foods. There was some, I ain't gonna lie, there was some. But it didn't really start bad until after all the vaccines, all the store-bought food and canned items, preservatives, the steroids that was put in the cattle and the pigs and all to grow off faster. That's when things started really coming into play and started messing up. Good night, Monica. And then, after all that got started, you could go to the doctor and it didn't matter. After the pharmaceutical companies really started producing product, they started giving the doctors a portion of however much that product was sold if they would prescribe for it. So doctors started pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. Now we've got products, well, they're trying to fix one thing, but they cause 40 more. You know what I'm saying? So now we've got all that crap to deal with.
Night, I'm going to bed.
Love you. I think I accidentally locked Domino in our room. Hey, Julie, how are you, darling? How far back are we going? What are you talking about, Grandma Joe? But cancer started really getting bad when people were allowed to dust crop. They were allowed to spray their places for trees and things instead of going out and doing it the old-fashioned way and cutting them down. Yeah, you're up late too, girl. What are you doing up so late? How are you doing? For y'all that don't know, Dirt Patch Heaven is my friend Julie. She has a great channel. If y'all don't know her, you would probably like it. She teaches you all sorts of stuff. But I mean, things really started getting bad after, and when they took Jesus out of everything. That's true, Cammie. That's true. I've met Julie. She's very sweet. We got to spend the day together. Oh, you're babysitting your mom's puppies. And Katie loves Kaya and Paige. She's been wanting to go play with them again. Yeah, Bonnie, that's true, but a lot of that has to do with no discipline. What are you jealous of? I'm hoping when Julie gets to come back home, we can hang out again. Because Kate really wants to play with Paige and Kaya. Oh, I got to meet Julie. She's very sweet, y'all. She's very sweet. That's where she got Nibbles and Bun Bun from me. She thought Bun Bun was wanting on the couch when she got Bun Bun, because he would always look up on the couch, but he was looking for his best friend Domino, because Domino always laid on the couch. So when she let him out of the cage, Bun Bun raised up and was looking on the couch. He wasn't wanting to get on the couch. He was wanting Domino to come down and play, because Domino was his bestest friend. Yeah, but Grandma, they wasn't as... Most of the pesticides they had back then were organically... Julie, maybe you can explain that one. They didn't have the bad crap we have nowadays. Yeah. But back then, they didn't have the chemicals that we have today. Back then, they used more of a natural pesticide, because they didn't have the chemicals that we have. No, they weren't petrochemicals. That's true, Sonia. In the Bible, it tells you, spare the rod, spoil the child. And there's a difference, like I was saying earlier, there's a difference between a spanking and a beating. There is a big difference. A spanking is 3 swats on the butt. Don't do that no more. Now see, Joe, back here, what was that stuff that, Josh, you can probably tell me what it was called. Was it DPT? Was that the name of the poisons that they put on the trees and stuff to kill trees off of pastures and things like that? Was that what it was called? They used it back in one of the wars. DDT. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Josh. See, that's when cancer started spreading badly here, as they was using planes to poison off the trees and stuff to make pasture lands. That DDT was getting onto people's gardens, as telling people not to eat the gardens. Well, the older generations out here, that's the only choice they had because they couldn't afford to go buy groceries. Well, Nancy, I'm going to tell you right now. I had a 12-year-old son that called me a F and B word. Before I thought, I tried to put his teeth down his throat. I smacked that mouth, or was trying to smack that mouth. He ducked. My fingers caught him right here. When my fingers caught his nose, it blacked his eyes. I went to jail for 3 days. Judge threw it out and asked him what happened. He told her what happened. And she looked at him and said, I'm going to tell you right now, if you were my kid, you'd be 6 foot under. But yes, trying to make your children mind, you will go to jail. She asked me, she said, why didn't you bust his butt? I said, it wasn't his butt that called me that. I wasn't trying to be mean. But when I told her it wasn't his butt that called me that, she understood. Yeah, they say any kind of contact nowadays is abuse like that. I told my mama no once. That woman about knocked my head off. But it was my fault. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Here I believe that a boom testing it here. The wet sand. That's possible. That's possible, Wendy. But see, back in the old days, they dug up elements from the earth and did things like that. But you got to think all the stuff that they're doing nowadays. They're testing these chemical weapons. They're doing this. They're doing that. People really do not have a chance. Well, yeah, they used coal. But it again, that is something that actually came, it was not man-made. I understand, Sonia. I understand. But I don't know what it was in me that day. He was in my face and called me a F and B word. But then that judge told him, said, if you'd been my son, you'd be 6 foot under. Oh, ain't that wonderful, Josh? Thank you. I don't eat Splenda. Thank you. Hold on, I missed it. It's not fun. But the judge told me, she said, well, how do you plead? I said, guilty. She goes, no, how do you plead? I said, guilty. She said, no, how do you plead? I said, guilty. And she looked at one of my friends, which was a lawyer, and said, will you explain to her? He said, I have. He said, she looked at me and said, I did do it. And if he does it again, I'll do it again. And she told me, she said, well, I'm going to do it this way. It will not be on your record if you stay out of trouble for a year, blah, 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 blah. And you can have it, what do you call that? Where they take it off the record, expunged. I said, okay. Well, they didn't have no problem in expunging it, and I didn't have a problem with him calling me that to my face again. I use stevia, and I use Swerve. I don't do Splenda. I don't do Splenda. I do use stevia, and I found Swerve, but there's something else I'm wanting to try. It's made from fruits. I don't remember what it's called. But the DDT is what they used to spray over here. Matter of fact, just across the fence line from where I'm at. They finally put a stop to it back in the 80s. Because it was causing so much cancer for people. But I don't remember how many people we had out here, the older people, that died from cancer because of that. Oh, hey, Sherry and Ricky. How are you? Well, I like sugar too, Wendy. But I'm gonna kind of show you what I don't know if I want to. I noticed when I do eat sugar that this gets worse, and I'll show you. But you see this on my arm? That's what happens to me when I eat sugar. And I think it's my shingles, but it gets worse if I eat sugar. Let me turn on another light. Maybe you can see. That may be better. Can you see that? But if I eat sugar, this is what starts happening to me. It makes my shingles worse. Oh, wow. Well, all right. No electric is fine. As long as they're bringing water in to bathe, that's fine. They don't have to have gas. They can use wood heat. But the yelling at the kids all the time is kind of ridiculous. I mean, if luxury, running water was a luxury. And most of them didn't have gas. They cooked on water, not having electric, and not having gas. But they do have to have some sort of form of heat. Uh-oh, I missed something, Josh. What did I miss? Oh, no, Josh. Well, hey, Shaky, I don't know if I said hey earlier or not. I meant to. Oh. Oh, well. Well, you know, the thing of it is, though, is they usually make sure people have running water. I mean, heck, even out here, if they think you ain't got running water, you've got to prove to them you have water. It's crazy. Oh. But, oh, no. And see, that's what gets me, Nancy, is that people that are trying to actually do good by their kids and raise them like they need to be raised, the state will yank them kids. That crap like that goes on, they don't care. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, they don't they will let people that don't need children keep them, and the people that are trying to make decent human beings out of their children, they will take their children away or put the parents in jail. Ooh. But y'all, I've been on almost 2 hours. Yeah, I'm needing to get around getting bed too, Miss Joe. Y'all remember, the world is a better place because y'all are in it. Please, 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 please don't ever forget that. And I love you, each and every one. Y'all take care. And the crazy cat loves y'all too. Bye.